So welcome to my little hospital. These are the pen and javelin that I think may or may not have the virus. I've got a little bit of colouring on that leaf, but it's not spreading. So I'm glad I didn't get rid of them. The Roma, I'm in two minds whether it is or not, but as a precaution I've brought it out here. And the sun gold is out here as well now because I am not 100%. That looks like it could be. So I want a clean greenhouse and I can monitor these out here. So I'm just going to scrub this corner again just to be 100% sure that's completely clean. So these are all my new tomatoes. I've just potted these on. So I've got Super Marmande, which is a beefsteak, another plum Roma, I've bought another Shirley and an Alicante and an Outdoor Girl, which is one I've not heard of before or grown. So the leaves are a bit different, so interesting to see what that's going to be like. I've got 3 pots there. I'm going to have to find 2 more when they're ready to be potted on a bit further. But yeah, we're going to start again, fingers crossed this time. I have to make sure I keep the birds out this greenhouse. So in an attempt to bird proof the greenhouse, I've just made this netted curtain which is weighted down by a heavy piece of wood. That should be okay. Might have to be a plan B if it doesn't work. My next thoughts is if they were to get in the window, if they misjudge, they could go through there and on the other side as well. So I may have to drape some netting over that as well. I need to think that one through. But yeah, it's a start. Oh, it's been another stunning day, a real corker. Oh, it makes you feel good, doesn't it, when the sun's out? So I promised myself, and also Bill and Val and Ali, that my next video would be a happier one, more positive. So instead of showing you everything that's suffering, let me show you some successes. So these little containers, the petunias, are starting to open up, and look at that beautiful colour. It's a real gorgeous crimson. So the theme this year is all red and white. And these two, the strawberries, they are coming on leaps and bounds now. Some of these are quite big. So I'm looking forward to those. I think these are all Sweetheart, if I'm right. I didn't label them, but they were all runners. I lost all the Cambridge favourites to the Mosaic virus, but these have survived. So that's a positive, and it makes me smile. So following round, this is the carrots, and they're all starting to show their true leaves now. And they're quite densely packed, but what I do is I just pick them when they're baby carrots and by picking them randomly, it kind of thins them out, and those that remain get bigger. The tigerella tomato that's outside has survived and is doing okay, as are the courgettes. This one in particular is starting to put on a bit of growth, and I can see, looks like there's some flowers coming. So I've got purple queen and pongo beans, and then the runner beans are the Scarlet Empire, and they're starting to grow up the poles now. But look at my lettuce, I keep picking it but I can't keep up with it because there's only me at the moment, and so I keep going to seed. I keep picking out the tops. I think this is the rocket, but it's lovely. It's been really, really nice. Oh, there's another one. And Oloroso, it's fantastic. And my broad beans, I want to say touch wood, nothing has befallen them yet. They look healthy. They've all got flowers on now. So they're doing particularly well. These are the Charlotte potatoes. These are doing really well. There's my little herb garden and some zinnias and marigolds. But I think this rosemary's more or less had it. I think I'm going to have to get that out and buy a new one. I think I said in a previous video I'd broke it in half pushing the wheelbarrow through the garden in the winter. It's not really recovered. And although the name escapes me, this little fern is just beautiful. It's a wild, I think it's mostly a wild flower, but I brought a tiny little bit with me from a previous house 20 odd years ago, and it seeds itself everywhere, and it's just lovely. Our shallots are doing okay. In here, and I've got a couple in here as well. So the garlic's really tall now and quite thick, but it is starting to die back, so that'll be ready for harvesting soon. The onions, they've put on a lot of leaf growth, but they've got a couple more months to go really. I think they take something like 90 days to mature, so they've got a while to go yet. The mint that I repotted is very happy. Now look at this rose. At the base it's putting out loads of new shoots, so I'm going to select a few that I may keep for next year and then thin out the rest. But that's still not in bud yet, but it's not far off. But we have got aphid activity. But I have that every year, and it doesn't matter how much I spray them with sort of detergent or a seaweed mix, they're still on there. So these are my peas. These are the Ambassador. And 2 rows of Kent Blue behind them. And then sweet peas. Also got Cobra. This one is trying to wrap itself around its cane. Got some radish down there. apple is remaining healthy, and now it's behind that netting. There's no birds can sit on it and spread the disease, so that's a relief. Some more pongo and sweet corn, but I think that's either Paddy has broken that sweet corn or a pigeon. I've got 2 more in the greenhouse, so I'll have to pull that one up and replace it. But these are starting to thicken up a little bit now. The pond has evaporated a little bit, so that needs topping up. The watercress doesn't seem to be doing particularly well when it's a little bit cloudy at the moment. There's plenty of snails in there, but I think I need to get some Daphnia to munch away on any algae that's in there. Clematis, that's growing. Seems quite happy there. Quite concerned about the raspberries. I think they've been inflicted, but there's nothing touching them at the moment, so I'm keeping them just to keep an eye on them. If my suspicions, I don't know, having said that, yeah, that looks pretty conclusive. Oh well, that looks like all these have got to come out then. How annoying, because look, I've got my very first fruit. It's Mr. Paddy. I think he's a little bit hot and bothered. I've got some house plants in here. They've had a good drink this afternoon. I think that's a Trader Scanter in the corner, and the rest obviously spider plants. And then I've got this one down here. I've put back in the greenhouse because I wanted to show. These are for Susan. These are my dahlias. I sowed 5 seeds and I have got 4 that have come up. 2 are more advanced than the other 2, but they're doing well, so I'm thrilled with that. And the March 2, I think they are going to go in the troughs that I've got near the sweet corn. I've got all this basil, so when I finally plant up the tomatoes in their big pots, a few weeks time, they'll have a basil plant each, because growing them together does enhance their flavour. And then up here I've got all my geraniums, and I've just noticed, I don't know if you can see that, I've got first little chilies coming. So these are the Cheyenne.